All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode here on the Dividend Doggo Show on YouTube, and I'm bringing you in for a weekly portfolio review. This is the week ending. This is February 19th, and we are over halfway through February now. The market has been up and down and sideways, and it's kind of been a roller coaster this week. So let's kind of go over what was going on in the market, and let's see what I did with my portfolio this week. As you know, I try to buy every single week. I try to put in a little bit of money or spend dividends, and I show you and take you along for the ride in what I am purchasing. Now, this is not investment advice. Do not just follow me and buy what I buy, because you don't really see the full picture of the portfolios and like the assets that we have pushing me to make the decisions that I am. So when you are watching me do these purchases, try to do your own due diligence before making purchases in these companies. So that being said, I wanted to go ahead and show you this is what the portfolio currently looks like. We did go down just a little bit last week, so let's take a look at what the weekly numbers were. So for the week, we were down via market gains $1,640.47. We did earn $206.69 in dividends that's going to come into the portfolio in about a month. That's absolutely fantastic. And we're going to go take a look at the sector breakdown. And as you can see here, healthcare was back up a little bit this week. Consumer was up a little bit this week, and I'm gonna jump into consumer real quick so that you can get a glimpse and see. Ultra reported pretty good news. I believe it was like a week ago at this point, but overall they were up about 2.7%, which I haven't really been recontributing or reinvesting the dividends into this position. I've just been using them to push up other positions. But the one that kind of surprised me was Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola came in with a couple cent per quarter raise. But more interesting, they're reinitiating share buybacks, which is fantastic to see a company give forward planning and give that kind of guidance. And I think that's kind of what pushed Coca-Cola up significantly this week. Now, we did see a slight decrease in Target and on Lowe's, with Costco coming in just in the green, just barely there, and Pepsi being down just a little bit. I believe Pepsi also gave us a pretty good dividend raise as well. So overall, I really like where this is sitting right now. I'm going to try to push forward. If Target comes down a little bit more, I'm going to try to get that up to about the 10K mark. But I would also like to get Pepsi above that 10K threshold. Just something I kind of want the weighting to get closer to its actual 5%. And I have Target sitting at 17% of this position right now. I don't know if I'll actually make it that high with Target and Lowe's. But overall, I like where they're sitting right now, and I'm really happy with the performance for the consumer pie this past week. VST was down a little bit this week. I think there's lots of just fluctuation with the stock overall right now. We have earnings coming up this next week. I believe it's on the 25th at 5 a.m. for me. So I'm going to be getting up early to listen to that earnings call and see if they're going to give us the dividend raise announcement for the year, and see kind of where that's at. I kind of am predicting that the stock may go up, or it may actually stay a little bit flat on earnings news, because we're not really fully over the hurdles of the 2021 damage with the winter storm Uri. We'll kind of see where that goes from there. Now, going back, we're going to look at finance. Finance was down just slightly. You can see across the board here. Hingham was up and Ally was up this week, 2.5%. Now, they did just pay out their dividend, which is absolutely fantastic. And I did reinvest the dividend, buying a few more shares. I'll show you my purchases in just a moment for that one. Overall, Como Money was down a little bit this week. I did do a buy into the Como Money both of these stocks, and I'll show you those this week. I'm not too worried about these being fluctuation, going up and down and stuff like that. Tech was down a little bit this week. Overall, again, not worried about that. Industrials was down about 2.8%, with Caterpillar being down 4% this week. Industrials is one that I don't have a lot of money into, and overall, it's just I'm waiting to see these stocks get into better buying territory. I think they're too overvalued for me to really want to invest in industrials right now. Overall, I'll just keep my exposure to industrials via the SCHD fund. Then monthly dividend stocks, obviously if tech is down, that means BST is going to be down. Overall, again, not really that worried about this. This is a very, very small position overall. And when you zoom out the picture, you see, oh, wait, it's actually still in the green pretty significantly. So it has, been on a little bit of a decline, and, I'm potentially going to want to add more to BST if it continues to keep going down. So that being said, we've kind of gone over the pies. I'm going to give you the full view look at what I did for purchases this week. Most of this was dividend fueled buys. So as you can see, we're just going to hop straight over here. I'm going to look at, well, first off, we got our AbbVie dividend on the 15th, and we got the Ally dividend of $180.99. This is fantastic. I rolled this back in, and you'll see that in the buys here. But I wanted to mention that the referral bonus program is still going for M1 Finance. I got 2 more referrals in on the 17th. This was $100. Now, to get these bonuses, it's really simple. There's a link in the description down below. The program, I believe, through the end of the month is still $50. When you sign up and deposit your first 100, you will get $50 extra. And that's literally, you're making, $50 on your $100 investment just for putting it in. And then I also get $50, which is a phenomenal program, and it's one of the main reasons I really like using this platform to talk about and discuss stocks, because it's really easy to get started and get going. And then you can see here on the 18th, which was just yesterday, we had our dividends come in for Costco and Caterpillar. That money is still sitting there in the portfolio right now, and then we have one more buy. So let's take a look. With the money that I got from the referral links, I went ahead and bought $100 worth of Berkshire Hathaway. This is one of the only non-paying dividend stocks that I hold in the portfolio that's outside of the owner's reward program. Stocks that I hold in the owner's pie. This is just a phenomenal holding overall, and I want to hold it. I want to own it and own the company. I use Geico for insurance for several policies, and it's just a fantastic company to buy and hold, and you don't have to worry about it. Now, moving forward, the dividends that rolled in, I rolled the AbbVie dividend primarily into SCHD. This is just a phenomenal ETF with high growth and dividend growth. So this is both the goal of capital appreciation and dividend growth, and hopefully this is going to compound for the next decade or so before we go to fire. My wife and I are in our late 30s, and we are hoping to retire early, somewhere around 50 to 52 years old, maybe a little bit earlier, depending on how the stock market goes over the next few years. But then Ally was a new position that I took up in the financial sector. I did add a little bit extra to this, so flattened it out at $200. The dividend that rolled in was $180. So I wanted to go ahead and roll that dividend in, because I do still think it's pretty good value right now. I can see the future trading up for this pretty significantly over the next few years, especially if we do get interest raises, because this bank makes a large portion of its money off of auto loans, and you know, it's gonna thrive if interest rates are going up. So overall, that is the purchases for the portfolio for the week. And we're gonna, obviously, we've got a little bit more buying power here, and cash going into the account from dividends. So we're likely gonna reinvest some of these dividends. And I believe that Costco is one of these dividends, so I'm gonna throw that right back at Costco, probably pick up an entire share. But you'll have to tune in for the next video for that to see if I actually decide that or not. Overall, the week was kind of a roller coaster. You can see that it was up and then it came down pretty significantly Thursday and the end of the week here. So, you know, we almost hit back up at those 730 range this week. But then it kind of just went right back down. And I think that there's just a large amount of negative market news and sentiment that retail investors are getting really hung up on. And if you're trading stocks and you're selling out of positions, you know, this is a large jump, you know, to go from 716 at the beginning of the week all the way to a high of 727 and then go right back down to 719. That's pretty wild overall. And, you know, timing those positions to enter and exit stocks is that's just not my thing, and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm gonna stay focused on these long-term goals, you know, hitting that. I want to see this number get up to like 300K over the next 2 years, hopefully, and, you know, get those gains going up even further. I can't wait to see this portfolio continue to grow and, you know, keep compounding extra money in there. So overall, I want to leave you with that message. Try not to trade. Definitely don't sell stocks when you're negative or in the red, and, you know, try to stay focused on the long-term goal and make sure that you're constantly buying more future income if you are a dividend investor, and make sure that you're tracking your dividend data and your growth of your dividend over time, because that's going to help you stay motivated to keep buying forward in income in the future and keep building, because eventually it will overtake the amount of money that you can actively put into the portfolio every week, every month. You know, those dividends will roll in and keep buying for you, and it's just gonna create this huge snowball. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for all the likes, the comments, and all the subscriptions recently. We have definitely been growing pretty wildly for me, because I don't put a whole lot of, you know, filler into these videos, or you know, put a whole lot of crazy edits and things like that. I'm very, very happy with the growth, and you know, I'm very, very excited to be so close to that 2,000 subscriber mark, and I can't wait to bring you a video showing my first YouTube paycheck and exactly what that's going to be. So that's going to be coming here on the horizon very soon, and I'm pretty excited about that, because I've only been monetized for about 2 months, not quite 2 months. So I'm pretty excited to bring that information, and I hope that y'all will find that useful. And I plan to invest 100% of that money, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to invest that into. I thought about making it just buy Google stock. If you think that I should make my YouTube/Google payments buy Google stock, drop me a comment below and let me know if you think that's kind of silly, you know, to buy the company that's paying me, or if you'd like to see me do something else with that income, and buy perhaps a different stock. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you have a great weekend. For most people in the United States, I believe this is a holiday weekend, and I hope that you're either barbecuing, grilling, hanging out, doing something outdoors if you can, if the weather's nice for you. Let me know what you're up to this weekend, and have a great weekend. I'm looking forward to a short trading week next week. Thank you very much for watching, and Dividend Doggo signing out.